Officials in Emerson, Manitoba are calling out for help after a sharp increase in the number of people walking across the border from the U.S. trying to seek refuge in Canada. Yesterday, we heard some of the stories of the dozens of people who have crossed through frozen fields, and while local authorities there say they want to help, there are growing concerns among residents about their own safety and perhaps about security. So Bashir Khan is an immigration lawyer and a refugee lawyer. He's joining us this morning from Winnipeg. He has represented more than 100 asylum seekers. Thanks for being here to answer some questions for us today.
Yes, you're welcome. Good morning.
First of all, why has Manitoba become a hotspot for refugees? We have a large border in Canada, but this crossing in particular is popular.
Well, because we have it's friendly Manitoba. That's the reason. But really, it's because we have a large African community in Winnipeg, in Manitoba, and Minneapolis has got a very large African community as well. And so there is a land corridor connection right there. And so that's the reason they're coming here.
My understanding is Manitoba also offers free legal aid. Some other provinces in the country do not.
Indeed, that is correct. Saskatchewan, our sister province, does not have legal aid available for refugee claims, and the province of Manitoba, through the Legal Aid Manitoba program, does have that available. And so that is, of course, another additional factor to come, yes.
You know, one of the questions is why are refugees choosing to make this long, sometimes very dangerous walk and come through a field rather than, you know, arriving at a regular checkpoint?
The answer is desperation, and basically what the desperation is they are about to be deported from the United States back to their country, primarily in Africa, and they feel they did not get a fair refugee hearing in the United States Immigration Court. And so this is a last chance effort to see if they could get a fair hearing under the Canadian legal system.
You know, under the Safe Third Country Agreement, which is, you know, when a refugee arrives in a country that's considered safe, like the U.S., they're supposed to stay there, apply for refugee status, and go through the system there. So the concern is now that with this travel ban, they're crossing over into Canada. Right now, there's a suspension on those bans. So is there a risk that some of those, let's say, at least half a dozen people who are, whose countries of origin are listed on that ban could right now be sent back?
Right, let's be very clear. The travel ban is not applying to those people already inside the United States of America. So it wouldn't be applying to them, but it would be applying to those people who are still not in the United States. And so basically the travel ban doesn't apply to them. The reason they're coming here is because the Immigration and Customs Enforcement of the Department of Homeland Security was about to remove them back to their home country, and they feel they did not get a fair chance to have their claim heard in the United States. And if I may say so, the reason is the moment they enter the United States, they were detained from a 9 to 22-month long period. They did not have a lawyer available to them. They could not get legal aid. They could not make long-distance calls from the detention facility to Africa to get the evidence they may need. And so they basically did not really have access to justice.
You know, there are some calls among residents in that area about security. They're worried about this being an insecure border crossing. What's your response to that?
Okay, so that's a very minority opinion. In reality, people in and around Emerson and the Manitoban farmer are very hospitable, very friendly, very helpful, and they very much care about the lives of the people that are coming onto their property, onto their farm, onto their field.
If this travel ban holds, Bashir, and you know, as warmer weather is coming, the organizations that are tasked right now with trying to help these people crossing the border say they are expecting more and more people to come through. Is the answer to do more RCMP patrols and adding security there?
Well, there could be another answer. The answer would be to scrap or temporarily suspend the Canada-United States Safe Third Country Agreement. Therefore, people would be able to come right to the port of entry and be able to make a refugee claim, because up until December 28, 2004, that's precisely what people did. They came right up to the border crossing at the port of entry and said, I want to make a refugee claim. They were allowed in, and their case was determined by an independent and impartial tribunal.
Just in a few seconds left, Bashir, what's your response? What do you think needs to be done next?
I think the government of the day needs to temporarily suspend the Canada-U.S. Safe Third Country Agreement so that people are not putting their lives in danger, especially during the winter months. Let it be even a temporary suspension.
Bashir Khan joining us from Winnipeg today. Thank you so much.